Okay, good day, guys. I'll be YouTube. Hello, YouTube. It's been a long time, man. I'm even stressed from working my 9 to 5, or should I say my 6 to 12 o'clock job. I'll be 11 o'clock job because I'm a night worker. You understand? So, let's get into this video. I'm not really in the mood to make any videos because I'm looking to be a trader. I'm a trader. I'm not a content creator. And my videos are purely unedited. I don't have that kind of time. I'd rather be looking at charts or looking at Instagram and getting motivation from Instagram than being like, you know, getting to edit this, edit that, fine tune, being an influencer and all of that. So let's get into this video. Lately, there have been things flying around the internet, people, especially in the Nigerian forex industry. I would say specifically in the Nigerian forex industry, where everybody just wants to flaunt what they have, like properties, assets, and things, but nobody's really like diving deep into the charts, asking the real questions. Everybody's just making $2 million trades. And people are having 3 million. Someone even said that if you don't have $3 million in your account, you're not a trader. So someone like me, I'm basically nothing. I don't even need to even say I even trade, because if I don't have such amount of money, you understand. Some of us said we had what do they call it, a trade of stop loss of 24 million. It's really funny. It's funny. Well, that's their business. You understand. What have I been up to all this while? I myself have tried to ask the questions, you understand, in this market, I be in this industry. Yes, in this industry. It's just that there's a lot of misconceptions. We don't even know what is the real market like and what we are trading. Most of us trade CFDs, which are just price mirrors, believing that we are trading the real market, whereas we are not. You understand? And some people will be like, because then I was always like, every time my stop loss is always hitting. Even most times, even if I'm using a moving average, I'm using a 200 moving average, and like price is supposed to respect the moving average. Sometimes it just disrespects it, and you get to start to feel like, it's my village people after me, and my village people after me. Like, what is wrong? What did I do wrong? You understand? Like, you start to think that yes, you have to start to have this feeling that yes, it's manipulated. But the truth of the whole thing is that I don't think, to a degree, it's manipulated, but most of the times it depends on who the manipulator is and why are they manipulating the market. You understand? Because most times you just don't assume. You shouldn't assume. Yes, but most times we assume. You should actually ask the right questions. And if you ask the right questions, even the Bible says that if you ask, you will find. You understand? If you seek, you will know. If you knock, the door will be opened unto you eventually. It's only going to take a matter of time. It's only time that it's going to take. So let me show you what I've been through now. Like, I've been on a lot. So let me close out my camera. You don't need to see my ugly face. Let's get into what we have. So I'll take off my face, my ugly face. Let's get into the video. Now this is my desktop. And yeah, this is my trading view. I've already had it open because I'm using a very slow laptop. So yeah, this is what I've been on. I've been looking at the price charts. Yes, and one thing that we don't know is that the charts that we use to do our trading and analysis is really dependent on our success in trading. Yes, but we don't know that. We need to ask the right questions. Like this chart I'm using, this chart now is a CME chart. The CME is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is the exchange that processes orders for this particular index. This ES1 is an index that we popularly know as S&P 500. Look at it here. And then on my prop firm, actually yes, this is my prop firm's chart. So my prop firm is has about 9 to 10 points difference. Yes, because this is 6477 and the actual CME is 6489. Although this is not my broker, but based on I feel that my broker is using the same what do I call it, liquidity pool. They're using the same liquidity pool as this broker, so their price, the price that they reflect on MetaTrader 5 is similar to like this. You understand? So what I trade, I mostly look at the one that is the price on my broker, so I know my entries. Like this ES now, this ES I think I entered it. Yeah, this was my entry. Yes, and this was my entry here. But on my broker, it already broke this what do you call this? This moving average. But based on, I was using the real charts, because these charts now are futures charts. Yes, and these charts are futures charts. So this futures chart is the actual place where real life buying and selling happens. So I use the real life buying and selling to trade against the mirrored CFD, because the CFD is just going to reflect the price change and the movement. It might not represent it candle for candle. Yes, and it might not, there will be a difference in candle, but within that price range is going to be. So I use, if I want to do something precisely, if I want to trade precisely, I have to use my chart. So I've already, these zones have already been marked out. This was the potential zone. I marked it out from my previous trading. I marked it out from my previous trading. I don't know why it's not even showing network and their high. I marked it out from my previous trading session that okay, yes, price will likely go up, and I made my entry. And then now this is it on my actual broker. I think I've showed that on my broker's chart. So the actual chart that we use, it matters a lot. And I also have been asking myself this question that okay, if price is manipulated, that means there are people behind the manipulation. So I need to see what they are seeing, and also I need to as well know what they are knowing. Yes, and for me to be able to at least have sort of like an edge. Yes, and trading. So let me get my network back up, and then we'll find a way to continue this video. Let me look at my network has even disconnected. So let me get my network up, and then we'll proceed with the video. Okay, yeah, we are back. I think, let me refresh it now. Let me see. Yeah, let me show you my broadcast chart. Yes, this is what I've been up to. Yes, and this was my previous buy. I wasn't able to catch this one because I really wasn't paying attention that day to the market. You understand? So the key thing here is learning how to like trade like the so-called manipulators. You understand? This now is a what do you call it? Fixed volume FRVP, right? Fixed range volume profile. Yeah, This is a volume profile, but instead of being down, it's against price. So you see the levels of the price in correlation with volume, so you know where the most volume was. And this yellow line here is the point of control. This is the highest point of value, the value area high, and this is the lowest point. So I use this place, and yes, this is the lowest volume traded, yes, and this is the highest volume traded. So most of the times the lowest volume points are where these institutions and your big banks, like people call them, or smart money like people call them, they enter their trades, yes, and they accumulate their trades here, yes, and break it up into small order, yes, and when they break it up with their trading algorithms, or yes, they are trading algorithms, because it's silly to call them robots. They are trading robots. They don't use EAs. They don't use MT5 to make these trades. You understand? So the trades break the specific algorithms or systems that they use, breaks it up into small orders, so that they get filled at the best price possible. So for them here, you can see here there is a lot of volume here. So this is not even a good price for them to get filled at. You understand? So that's why they would like to, like, the price would likely come down to get to that low volume area, so that they will get filled. And once they get filled, the next thing you see momentum build up. And this shows what do you call it? This volume now is already like I think is what, how do you even say it? It's those orders that have been executed. These are executed trades, they are not limit orders. Yes, and there's different software for you to use to at least have a picture of where limit orders are likely are, and you see them in the market real life. Yes, and you, like, you know that you see these levels, you know that okay, yes, this is a level for me to avoid to trade. Like here now, unless you're a breakout trader, which is very like low, it has a rate of low profitability. Yes, and if you a breakout trader, you would not say okay, let you enter here on this breakout. Yes, but this place is the area of high volume, so you are safer even entering here, because price didn't even come here. This area of low volume now, you are even safer even entering here. You understand? Because price will move swiftly from the low volume area to the place with high volume, the place that has more limit orders. You understand? Because both your market execution, the instant orders, your sell limit, buy stop, sell stop, there are different types of orders. Even your stop loss is an order on its own, is a type of order on its own, is a stop loss order. And your take profit is also a kind of order. So that's why most times when they be like someone will make a joke and say subscribe or do this one, if not I'll take your stop loss. There are people that actually see that your stop loss, yes, your stop loss can be seen technically, yes, and it makes sense. And also your take profits, where people's take profits is likely going to be, yes, because like here now around this range now, this was the previous value area high, so a lot of people took profits here. Yes, and a lot of people took profits here. So profit taking in the real market, not in our mirrored market, our CFD market. So in the real market now, will now make the price come around here. And this range now, interestingly, now I drew another volume profile, and it's still marking out this range as okay, value area high and point of control. So if it's retracing here now, if you maybe use a Fibonacci, this should be at least, I think, 50%. It has retraced 50% of this range. So yes, and different strategies and their different explanations, but I think from what I've been exploring and researching, I think this is a better approach. Yes, and because now you are not just trading with them, you are thinking like them. You understand? Because you want to always get the best prices, and you want to always secure profits before maybe continuing the trend, because this market is a heavily trending market. Look at S&P, the S&P 500. The same thing with the Nasdaq, but the Nasdaq is
too volatile for my account. So that's why I'm not trading the Nasdaq on my account. Then another thing is that we don't get to talk about is the only way you can see this actual buying and selling in the numbers, not represented in candles, is order flow, footprint. If you learn order flow, learn footprint. Maybe in the future, God's willing, by God's grace, I'll have the strength or the zeal to make videos on that. You understand? So yeah, I would like to show you what order flow looks like. Let me let me open up the program. There are many tools. There are many tools for you to see this order flow. You'll be surprised if you actually seek for knowledge, the kind of things you come across. For me, there are many platforms. All these are different platforms for different things. You understand? But yeah, this is what order flow looks like. Let me load up this picture, and then maybe I'll load up the platform. Yeah, I've gone through Sierra Chat, Ninja Trader, DAS. Most of them are from intermediate traders to pro level traders. Like DAS Pro now, that DAS trader is for pro. I think the same thing with Bookmap, One Tower, Thinkorswim, Motive Wave, ATAS. You understand? All these platforms have different things that they do. Yeah. So this is what order flow chart looks like. You understand? This is what an order flow chart looks like. So here this chart, the one I learned how to use personally is the how do you even say this thing, Seth? I'm trying to remember the name. Yeah, I think is volume delta. Yeah, volume delta, because this one displays the volume, the actual volume, and delta, because price doesn't just go on its own. You understand? What fuels the price movement is the volume. So if the volume is low, uh, you know, in between sellers and buyers, you know that okay, yes, there's an imbalance there, because that's what makes price shift. Price shifts only because of imbalance. The imbalance there is the difference between buyers and sellers, and this now is a footprint chart, but this is a volume profile footprint. Yeah, this is a volume profile footprint, and it shows this volume right here. Now you have uh, different orders. These are sell orders, and most of these are buying volume. So at a particular price point, you see that okay, yes, there's a buying here and they're selling, and these things are actually quite expensive for now. For me, as someone who is, yes, and getting into it, yes, and this thing now is provided from through a data provider. Yes, and just like how you buy trading view subscription, you have to buy the subscription now for you to be able to access this data. You understand? And this is open interest. Open interest is basically real time number of buys and sells that are going on. You see that this is a sell. This previous candle was a sell. You see the number, the total volume of sell here is 59.6 million. A lot of sell. And this one, you see that the candle is even greater than this one, 57. You see here now that the sell reduced, because now there was somewhat kind of an indecision. The sell reduced here, and then buying started taking in place, because now people started stepping in now to buy from here. You see here the selling tried to come in around here, but there was a lot of indecision. All these orders now were just swallowed by the market, and then buying took place. Obviously, overall, this is a 1 hour time frame. Yes, and overall, I think that market later eventually sold, because it was on a minor downtrend, but on the 4 hours it was on a retracement. So I don't know where Solana would be now, but we'll check it. I'll open the platform. I just wanted to just give you guys a preview if you eventually get to see this video. It's important. So the platform I use is ExoChat. I've decided to use ExoChat because it's friendly for my laptop, a small laptop. You understand? A notebook, self, I should even say, it's a notebook. It's a small HP notebook. And also, yes, I would like to shout out to two actual uh, traders and YouTubers as well, because me I see them as traders and YouTubers. Chemist FX, shout out to him because I think many a times, most of his videos, I watch them for fun because he calls out all these influencers. You understand? And also, uh, shout out to Dax. This is Dax. Some people know him as only one Dax or Dax Bassi. You understand? Shout out to him because in this our Nigerian trading YouTube space, I think he's the only one for now that I've seen that is openly using Orderflow and is admitting to it. You understand? Although he doesn't use it frequently, but he uses it. I think now he's even having something to teach people about the Orderflow stuff. You understand? But me, I'm not really keen on that. Maybe I'll do that in the future. I think I should even do that because I already have something that I prepared. This is a file I prepared. Me learning. This is House of Joseph. Yeah, I just had to save it. Everything I've learned about Orderflow. You understand? All the data I've collected for a while now. I've had that. So maybe one day with my church mind, I will release it to the public. Or release the after all the ones I've already released for free on seller.co. I think nobody has even bothered to even look at it. And there are interesting articles there that I posted all for free. Yes, and just to share. And there are some paid ones too. Yeah, the very, very high value paid ones that are there. And I've not even gotten any sale. But I'm not interested in the selling now because I'm never interested in affiliate marketing or digital sales. I don't need that. If I have the chance, I can make money. So shout out to these people. At least these are the realest people in Nigeria now. You understand? In the trading space in Nigeria now, or should I even say Africa? Because Africans, we like taking advantage of ourselves. But that is that. So let this load up now. Another thing I want to point out is that ah, my laptop is slowing down. Another thing I would like to point out is that my charts my charts are different because I don't use regular candles. My chart candles, I use hiking ashes. Hiking ashes shows the movement of price without uh, taking in the or factoring in the high and low. It's more like a trending kind of candle. You understand? It just shows you the trend. So that's why if you look at it, you see it's red all through, and if you look up, it's buy all through. You understand? So it helps me that know that okay, yes, if I see a doji now, for instance, I know that okay, yes, this is a real doji. Maybe price will likely reverse. You understand? But if I see a strong bodied candle that is just weakened down now and is sunk sell, there is nothing making me close my trades out of here, even if maybe there are buy candles in here. Even if there are buy candles in there, there's nothing that is going to make me on God's green earth to close that trade. Let me close down some applications. I think my laptop is getting a bit slow. So when this loads up, I would think I will make a pause to now. When this loads up, I think because this video now it might be lengthy, but I don't know. Should I pause? I don't think I should pause it. So that is that. Another thing that is not discussed about is how these our trades are processed. The exchanges that process our trades. We don't get to talk about the New York Stock Exchange. We don't get to talk about CBOT, the Chicago Board of Trading. We don't get to talk about CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is the one that I showed you. that is using the ES chart. We don't get to talk about NYMEX, which is the New York, New York Mercantile Exchange, NYMEX. We don't get to talk about these big exchanges that funnel these trades. We don't even know how our trades are processed. We don't we, all we just know is snippet. Most of us, thankfully now, know what A booking is and B booking is, but we don't really know how A booking and B booking works. We don't even know that there is a matching engine. We just assume that these trades are A booked, or these trades are B booked. Trades very few trades are A booked actually. You understand? But it depends, you understand, on the broker. Most brokers, they have A book traders more than B book traders. You understand? And now when it comes to what do you call it? Um when it comes to I'm even forgetting what I'm meant to say. When it comes to trading now, eh, these exchanges and these brokers, they work hand in hand. You understand? So that's why most times you see advert that, okay, yes, you should use a actual ECN broker, a true ECN broker, because ECN brokers take these orders and submit it direct. But in CFD trading now, since it's only a mirror, the broker is the one providing that liquidity. You understand? The broker is the one providing the liquidity. So they're going to be book you against themselves. That means they're going to take the opposite side of that your trade. You understand? So to give you that liquidity for your trade to actually execute. Because if there is nobody buying when you're selling or selling when you're buying, your trade will not go. Your order won't fill. You understand? But for it every time on your CFD broker to easily fill your orders at any price level at any point in time, they have to take the opposite side of your trade. So it's a 50-50 game where if you're a good trader, it favors you. But if you're a bad trader, you just burn your money. You just burn your money. I think I've removed that picture. I don't know where the price was at, but I think yes, this is what the platform looks like. This now is ExoChat, and for me, yes, there are a lot of platforms. Me personally, I like MotiveWave, but MotiveWave is very expensive for me. So I think this one is around 200, yes, 200, 250 euros for the data. You understand? The data feed now you get now is the data feed from NYMEX, I think, or CME, is CME from Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So all the orders going through the Chicago Mercantile Exchange now, they are going to be relayed in real time once you make payment. This is a demo though, in real time, and this is crypto. I'm just using crypto because I don't have the real time package. You understand? I'm not financially buoyant yet to buy that, but we'll get there eventually. Now look at these candles. This now is the price candle. This now shows you that, okay, yes, this is real buying and this is real selling. Because only here you can see when this price gets to a high and you look at it on your traditional charts and you look at the candle. This is a candle. Yeah, this is a candle. And you look at the candles. You can now read the data behind this candle. Let me see if I can zoom in. You now read the data behind this candle. If you know that, okay, yes, this is a candle high, you now set your price range. And this box now, I've already set up my chart in a way where I can see where imbalances are, and these imbalances will actually likely get filled. Here now, this place now is not an imbalance. Where I'm pointing my cursor now is the point of control. Just like in how I have the point of control on my charts. Just as I have this point of control on my charts. But now, individually, each candle has where more buying and more selling takes place. Yes, and because for every candle, every candle has a high or a low. Yes, and whether it's a 1 second candle or a 10 days candle or a 1 day candle, it has a high and a low. So in between that high and low, there is a midpoint where buyers and sellers agreed that okay, yes, this is a fair price for us to trade at, and that usually becomes the point of control. And I can see each and every individual candle's point of control, and I can look at the high. This is an imbalance right here, and with this now you have the real sniper entry. The real, if you're a risk taker, yes, and you know that okay, yes, this price now, Solana now is on a downtrend, and you decide to enter on here because you've seen that okay, yes, this is the point of control and this is the value area high. So likely the value area low should be around here. This is a value area. You understand? So you know that on the next candle, you should set your order around here, above this point of control, and then you just put a very tight stop loss. You understand? Your stop loss might be around here, that you know that okay, yeah, if price goes up to 215 on the dot, you understand, you know that okay, yes, this thing is I think changing direction. You understand? It's changing direction. But with this order flow now, you can see that okay, yes, you can have very 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 mini sniper entry. You even target like easy to get zones, because here now there's imbalance here. All these places now, their orders here, their by both stop losses that are here, stop loss orders that are here, and also there are buy orders too that are here. There are clusters of orders, both buy and sell. Everybody has a price. Everybody has what they consider a fair price. You understand? And even if okay, you are not keen on taking all this risk, you understand, you just want to just make a good trade, you understand, and you've looked at your regular candle now, and that you see that okay, yes, this price is selling. Okay, what will you now do? Maybe you will now look for a zone here at this point of control. If you follow my cursor now, from this point of control here at 35, 353k, this is 353,000 sell orders. That is like the volume there is a sell volume. There is a huge selling. 353,000 selling. Over 353,000 is because it's an estimate. It's always an estimate. This is not the actual number. You understand? Because it depends on the liquidity pool, but this is the actual number that is going to the exchange directly. Here now our exchange is Bybit. Yes, now so in Bybit's liquidity pool, this is 353. If another person is using a different liquidity pool to see the trades, the orders that are going through that exchange is different. If somebody is using something like Binance or OKX, you understand, it doesn't account for this. This is what is going through the exchange. So that's why you use major exchanges, their data, to take trades. That's how these professionals actually take these trades. Yes, and that's how the first smart money and Wall Street and everybody will go to go take their trades. That's how you should take trades. And now, if you put your sell limit here, you see that it will come here and fill comfortably, and you just get a fine tap. You can put it at okay 211.15, just so that you know that okay, yes, you get filled without spread or anything. You understand? And once you come here, look at it here, you just get filled in this minus 2k. This was the point of control, and eventually the selling now came. You understand? Even though there was buy volume here, but the sell volume, this 90k sell volume, and this 2k, 90 plus 2 is around 92, plus 13k, 92, almost 100 and something selling. You see that the total sell is even greater than the total buy here on an estimate. So price just came here to just retest this particular zone, you understand, and then just sold off. Now there's something interesting. If I open on the imbalance, the stack imbalance to you, see what I'm telling you. I've on the stack imbalance too now. This imbalance now, price has not come here, so price will likely always return to those places now that there are imbalances. Now you can see the imbalance. Let me move my cursor. You can see the imbalance. Price went here and there was an imbalance here, and it later got filled, and then price came down. And then all these places now, there are also imbalances that price might potentially fill in the future. Now look at the overall imbalance that was here, that wasn't filled since from this small uptrend. You understand? It was marked on the chart since. So if you were here since for how many hours, you would have seen that okay, yes, there's an imbalance that will likely be filled. And price now is ranging here. Price is very, very rangy here. It's not really going up, it's not going down, it's not creating higher highs and higher lows. You understand? It's just ranging. You understand? So you can know that okay, yes, this is support that would likely get broken. You understand? And the same way why it is for resistance for an uptrend. Now I want to see if I can find this particular price zone now I'm explaining in my trading view chart. So let me look for it in trading view. Let me look for it in trading view. Solana. Let's go to trading view and see if we can see it, so that you will gain clarity. So it's not just by candle, it's not just by saying this one is butterfly candle, this one is dragonfly candle. You understand? Now let's look at Solana. What chart will I use? I don't know. Let me use Bybit chart. Although the Solana chart is here. Look at it. Futures on CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the Globex data. But I'll look for it on Binance. Solana. Let me see if I can get Solana USDT. Solana USDT. Let's look for it on Binance. Why am I not seeing it on Binance? So let me just type Solana. Let me see all the options. Since we are using Bybit's feed, right? I've seen OKX, Bluefin, Coinbase, Solana. Let me just search Solana Bybit. Let me look for it. Should I change the distance to Sol USDT? I'm not really conversant with all this crypto stuff. SOL